Hi everybody, welcome to TalentSprint. It seems like we just completed our online application process for SBI PO and SSC CGL, and here we are with IBPS RRB. Not that we are complaining. As you all know, the IBPS RRB exam is tentatively scheduled to happen between August and September of this year. Now, if you're appearing for the post of Officer Scale 1 or Office Assistant, the examination will be held in two phases, two tiers, right? Preliminary and main. But if you're applying for the post of Officer Scale 2 and 3, there is only one online examination and thereafter the interview. Please note that you can apply only for one post, either Scale 1, Scale 2 or Scale 3. Okay. Now, a couple of other things that we need to keep in mind. But before that, I would advise you to go through the notification carefully for the educational qualification, eligibility criteria, and age relaxation details. All right. Now, the fees is about 600 rupees for everybody else, and it's only 100 rupees for SC, ST, persons with disability, and ex-servicemen candidates. We usually keep some information handy before we start the online application process, which is the scanned copy of our photograph and signature. But apart from these two, there are two other details that we need to keep ready, which is your left thumb impression and a handwritten declaration. Okay, so I'm going to read out the handwritten declaration, which is again available in the notification. All you need to do is just write it on a plain white paper, take a scan of the same and keep that ready. Okay, now your left thumb impression, make sure it's not smudged, and the handwritten declaration should be written by you and only in English. So if somebody else is writing it or in any other language, I'm sorry, the application will be considered invalid. Okay, so make sure that you do that. And for your signature, of course, it's not supposed to be in capital letters. I'm sure you know that. But let me read the handwritten declaration for you. This is what it says. I, Sylvia Fiona, hereby declare that all the information submitted by me in the application form is correct, true, and valid. I will present the supporting documents as and when required. That's it. Just two sentences. Simple and plain. For those of you who are lazy to go through the application process, this is exactly what you have to write. But I'd still advise you to go through the notification and make a note of this. All right. What else do we need? A valid email ID, of course, right? At least until the time of the declaration of results. Because most of the correspondence will happen through that mode, email. So make sure you have a valid one. We will be making note of our, registration number and password during the application process, because this will come handy later. And you can also, keep your Aadhaar card, your mark sheet details, all of that ready before you start with the online application process. So if you have all of this ready, then we can get started. www.ibps.in. Let's do that. So as soon as you start off, www.ibps.in, right on top you see information scrolling. Wait for it. And there you go. It says click here to apply online for CRP, RRB's recruitment of officers, scale 1, 2 and 3 and office assistant multi-purpose. Let's click on that and then you have your options, right? So the first option says for office assistant, the second option is for scale 1, and then the third option is for scale 2 and scale 3. And of course, the last one is the notification. Like I said, I want you to click on this so you can go through, information pertaining to eligibility criteria. There you go, right? I definitely want you to go through this, your age relaxation right here. Okay, and if you scroll right down, you will also have the educational qualifications depending on what post you want to apply for, right? If it says the office assistant multi-purpose, there you go, bachelor's degree in any discipline from a recognized university or its equivalent, proficiency in local language as prescribed by the participating RRBs. Okay, desirable working knowledge of computer. So depending on what post you're applying for, just go through this information. Okay, it is important, right? And accordingly you can choose your post. There you go. Everything else I've mentioned to you. Of course, the online examination structure is there for you. to understand, based on what you're applying for office assistant, what's it going to be. Preliminary examination, if you notice, there's no English, it's only reasoning, numerical ability, and then for officer scale 1 it's reasoning, quantitative aptitude, and then for the main examinations you have everything, the whole package, right? So you can go through all of that, but that's just for you to go through. But let's get on with the application process itself. I'm going to click on recruitment office assistant multi-purpose. We're going to go with that, and like you see on the extreme left hand side, the last day to complete your online application is 2nd of July, next month, first week. Yeah, we are not going to wait till the end. We're going to get started with the process right away. And in case you want to make any changes to your application, last date for printing your application would be 17th of July. But if you want to make any changes to your application, it's again on the 2nd of July. Okay, and the only way you can complete your payment is through online mode. There is no other mode in which you can complete your payment. And we know why this extreme right login for already registered candidates is required. That's why we need to make a note of our registration number and password, right, in case we want to go back and make any changes. So we're going to click here for new registration. There you go. Important points to be noted. You can quickly skim through this, do a quick read. All right. All of this information is already available in the notification, so you should know this by now. We're going to click on continue. 6 stages to complete. Stage 1 basic info, stage 2 photo and signature, stage 3 details, stage 4 preview, stage 5 uploads, and stage 6 payment. So let's get started with our basic info. You know the drill. All right, so your first name, middle name, last name, write it, confirm it. Your mobile number, confirm the same, feed in an alternate number. All right, your email ID, select the domain, confirm the same, and we're going to enter the word in the text box as we see in the image, and we're going to click on save and next. Okay, it says, are you sure the data entered is is correct, as no change edit of application will be allowed after final submit? If yes, click OK, otherwise click cancel. Don't worry, just go ahead and click OK. This is not the final submit. And there we go. Right in fluorescent green in front of us is your provisional registration number. Please make a note of this. Yes, this will be sent to the email ID that you just registered right now, but I want you to make a note of this right now as you are going through the application process. You'll know why. So registration number, make a note of that. Password, make a note of that. Yeah, so make sure there's nothing incorrectly that you're making note of. Okay, so we moved on to stage 2, which is uploading the passport size photograph and our signature. So choose the file wherever you've kept it. Okay, so as soon as you complete uploading your photograph, you can upload your signature as well, and click on next. All right, we move to our third stage, which is details. Select your category. It says, please indicate your category correctly in the online application form. No change in category will be permitted. Candidates belonging to OBC category but coming under creamy layer and or if their caste does not find place in the central list, caste name mention in certificate should tally letter by letter with central government list notification, are not entitled to OBC reservation. They should indicate their category as general in the online application form. Okay. Are you a person with disability? Please select accordingly. Obviously, if you select no, none of the other fields that are applicable to disability will apply to you, right? So scroll right down. So the next field that you have to select is, you see this red asterisk symbol? Those are mandatory fields that you have to feed in, right? Are you a child, family member of those who died in 1984 riots? If yes, yes. If no, no. Are you a person domiciled in the state of Jammu and Kashmir during the period 1/1/1980 to 31/12/1989? If yes, please say yes. If not, no. Select no. Select the religion to which you belong. Do you belong to religious minority community, right? So you will select accordingly. keep moving forward. Are you an ex-serviceman? If yes, say yes. If no, say no. So again, like I said, any other fields that are applicable to ex-servicemen will not apply for you. You can scroll right down, and the next one that you need to click for is, you see the asterisk symbol right here. Are you seeking relaxation under widow, divorced women, women judicially separated from their husbands and who are not remarried? Please select appropriately. Have you appeared for the Common Written Examination RRB earlier? If yes, please say yes. If no, say no. If yes, obviously feed in the number of attempts that you've made earlier and select the CW RRB attempted earlier. So you need to select this as well, right? RRB 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please select that accordingly. Do you hold an Aadhaar card? If yes, yes. And please feed in your Aadhaar card details and then select your citizenship, the union territory to which you belong to, the center of both preliminary and main exam. Then feed in your personal details, your date of birth, gender, marital status, father's name, mother's name, address. If it's the same as address for correspondence, just click that box there. Permanent address will automatically come up with the required information. You need to choose the address for GST invoicing, right? Do that, and then the fee is going to appear. We're going to validate the details, and then we're going to save and next. Next is your qualification. You feed in your graduation, the date of passing, the percentage of marks, and your class grade. If you have post-graduation or professional qualification details, please feed that in. Do you have computer knowledge? This is mandatory, so yes. And please also feed in the level, right? Basic, advanced, moderate. And also whether the local language of the state selected was studied in standard 8th or any level above standard 8th in government recognized boards of education, school, or having any certificate to the effect for standard 8th or any level above standard 8th, click on yes. And whatever the subject, the language that appears, you need to select that language, right? It needs to highlight like this. Even though it appears there, you need to click on it, otherwise it won't take you through. If you have any work experience, feed that in. Other details, what you will need to select is this: whether any prosecution, detention, fine, conviction, sentence against you has been awarded by any court of law for any offense. See this asterisk symbol? This is a mandatory field that has to be filled, and this should be a no. Okay, language is known. Read, write, and speak. Feed in that information, validate your details. We're going to move forward, save and next. And here we are for the organization preferences. What you need to do is very, very simple. Now you need to select all the banks that are there in the extreme left box, which is name of banks, and that was going to automatically come up in the middle box, banks in order of preferences. Now in case you want to change the order of preferences, let's say Pallavan Grammar Bank, you want that to be your first preference. All you need to do is click this and drag it on top. That becomes your first preference. So how many ever banks are there, you select all the banks, and then they come to the middle section, and then you move it around depending on what your preferences are, right? And that's exactly what the instructions also says. Let's quickly read the instructions. It says, select the banks from the box meant for name of the banks by selecting the check boxes. Selected RRBs will be populated on the box on the right side for further ordering based on your preference. On the right side box with the populated RRBs, just drag and drop to change the order of RRB as per your preference. All the banks under the box, name of the banks, should be given preferences. There you go. And then you validate the details, and then we're going to save and next. So here we are in our preview stage. So in case you run into any trouble, right, like we just saw, don't worry about it. Since you've made a note of your provisional registration number and password, you can use that and log in again, and it'll just take you through the process. All you need to do is keep feeding in the text box image that you see to move forward to the next stages. Okay, so preview stage, do you see this checkbox right here underneath the photograph? It says, I confirm that this is my photo. Click on that, and then you can go through all the other details that you fed in. Make sure everything is correct. Click on I agree for the declaration. Again, here it asks you to confirm that this is your signature. Click on the box right beneath your signature, and then you can feed in the security code that is there. Click on final submit. So it says without uploading the handwritten declaration, left thumb impression and fee payment, the registration will not be considered as completed. We know that. We're going to click on OK. Are you sure? As no change edit of application will be allowed after submit. Yes. OK. Great. Now it takes you through you having to upload your thumb impression, your handwritten declaration, and then it asks for the security code. Let's do that. So after you've uploaded the thumb impression, we're going to upload the handwritten declaration. So make sure you've uploaded both the thumb impression and the handwritten declaration. And just so you know, the thumb impression should not be more than 50 KB in size. And for the handwritten declaration, just so you avoid any confusion, keep the pixels at 800. Okay, so that should fall right below 50 KB. Alright, and now we're going to enter the word in the text box as in the image. Click on save and next. It says, are you sure the data entered in is correct? As no change edit of application will be allowed after final submit. If yes, click OK. Otherwise, click cancel. We're going to click OK. And there you go. This is the security code for the amount. Enter the word in the text box as you see in the image. And we're going to click on submit. Do you want to submit? Okay, great. So it says, it'll ask you please wait while you are, and then it takes you to the payment gateway. Now you can choose the option, your mode of payment, right? Are you going to choose debit card, credit card, debit card plus ATM pin, internet banking, wallet, cash cards, whatever your mode of payment is, select that, enter the details, and then you can make your payment. So once you've done all of that process, that brings you to the end of the application process, right? So on completion of your application process, an e-receipt will be generated, which you can take a printout and keep it for your reference. After you make your online payment, then you can take a printout of your completed application form and keep it for your own reference. You don't have to send it anywhere, especially to the bank. This is for your own records, right? So what you need to worry about is, most of you will struggle only with the uploading of the handwritten declaration and the thumb impression. We are used to the signature and the photograph part. Like I said, remember the dimensions. For the handwritten declaration, make sure it's 800 pixels. That will fall well below 50 KB. I think it will come around 47, 48 KB in size. And your thumb impression should not exceed 50 KB. 20 to 50 KB. Not below 20, not above 50, right? If you got that right, you will not have any problem. It will be a smooth sailing for you in terms of completing your online application form. So we from TalentSprint want to wish all of you all the best, whoever's applying for this exam. And as always, keep watching this space, because we are going to be coming up with sessions that will cater to you and help you in terms of your preparation in clearing the exam successfully. All right, so take care and apply now.